paintbrush change. You gotta love it. It's definitely one of those classic visual sleights or techniques that when you're a younger magician in card magic, you're totally charmed by it. You go, wow, this is like a TV screen going off and on. And then when you're an intermediate magician, you kind of go, well, it's sort of an amateur thing, I'm gonna leave that. And then when you become a more experienced magician, more seasoned, I think having performed for real people in the world for a lot longer, you kind of go back to it and go, wow, it is great. It's great for lots of reasons. Let's take a look at it here. Okay, for starters, what's nice about the paintbrush change is to get, it's a great middle phase because it's so visual. In fact, I would argue that it's one you should use in the middle or even closer to the end, maybe not a closer, but near the end of your ambitious card routine because it is so visual. There's so many hidden virtues in it. Virtue one is the card doesn't have to be, you don't want the card, in fact, second from the top, you want the card on top. Now, it has to be on top secretly. You can't just start by sort of showing it there and then immediately going into a double lift as if everything's cool. Obviously, that would be revealing. So you need to have the selected card secretly up on top again. And any, you know, whether it's controlling it to the top or whether it's apparently having put it in the middle but really kept it on top, whatever the case is. So it needs to be on top. Now, you start by doing double lift. I traditionally do strike doubles, okay? But there's lots of different, of course, and I'll teach the double lift somewhere else here. But let's assume I'm doing a strike double. So you do a strike double to show it's not on top. You come over and you pick up the pair like that. Now I've seen some guys, they pick it up like this on the edge. Other guys will pick it up like this. In the real world, for real people who are going to be close up, really close up, there's a lot to be said for that. Okay, first I think it's a pretty natural position because you're about to use this finger to turn over that card. So I think it can flow nicely. The advantage of this too is there's no way, unlike this grip or this grip, when you pick up a card, a pair like that, okay, sort of a gentle grip, it's the biddle grip, the front and side edge of the cards, there's no way they can see a double edge, okay? And in fact, you can cheat your body a little bit, and you can be standing like this. If the audience is where the camera's at, I can turn my body a little bit, and now there's no chance someone's going to catch it over there either, okay? So it's a very practical grip. Take your first finger, boom, just like that, you turn on. Now, this is a double, this is a single. You put this on top. And again, don't put your hands here because they could see the edge. Tilt those hands down. Nice dramatic. You push the pair down, pause a beat, and then slide back just the top one. Wow. That card below there impossibly just changed. Really pretty. Boom. Now, a couple of subtle points here. Other great virtues about this. I'm going to take this card, slip it legitimately in the front. When you do an ambitious card, every time you legitimately slip any card into the middle and square it in, every time you do that, you are adding a great deal of value to every time that you do it, and it's only been a deceptive, whether it's a tilt move, whether it's whatever you're doing. The fact that they get to see again and again and again this all-important image of a card being legitimately put in the middle of the deck can only make every other phase that much stronger. So that's virtue one. Virtue two is you're left in a double lift position, right? So this is squared in. Exact same move, strike double. I'm turning over my double, and I'm going to put this card in the middle. I mean, totally. So the fact that just a second ago you put a card in the middle, it perfectly sells the idea of the card going in the middle again. Snap your fingers, boom. Okay? So let's walk through it again. I want you to get the tempo on it. The tempo is really important on this kind of thing. You're here. Let's say I'm doing a strike double. I'm showing clearly it's not on top. It's not second from the top. I pause just a beat so they know the magic's about to happen, and then boom, boom. Okay? Now, you're going to have to decide. It's going to be totally up to you whether you're going to go down and do that. That's totally legitimate. Whether you're going to do it kind of quickly, like this, boom, boom. Okay? Some people do that as if it's I don't think it's a great, I prefer to do it very steady. The idea is to create tension without giving the tension any relief, any spike point. You leave that with them. So you're here. Boom. I like that. That's the tempo that works for me. In the middle it goes. In here. Now these little pauses I'm making will totally add so much to your ambition. It's your ambitious card. It's a personal style, but this is one of the most important parts, is what happens between the moves. Between the moves creates the tension. Between the moves create the pacing, okay? Here's two different ways you can do this. Watch. I would say that's dead. There's no pacing, there's no ebb and flow, there's nothing, okay? I would be more apt to perform it like this. These little pauses, it's like saying, you can see it's the 2, here it's going to come, here it came, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Those little pauses can make or break, I think, your ambitious card. However, whatever pacing you do it, though, do seriously consider doing the paintbrush change. It's so visual, and like I said, it's one of those ones that sets you automatically up for a double lift situation. So in a sense, it's not just one change, but it's got 2 built-in changes.